I mean, if you wanted to turn, which be...
Just face forward.
Back here a little bit, so we can all get a decent angle.
And I mean, would it be better to be facing the wall rather than the door? Maybe so.
Well, well, this way anyway. We're already set up this way.
Okay. Why don't we, so it doesn't just look like a... about the background, right?
Here, can you move to the right for a little bit? If there's
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for a lot.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what I'm gonna try to do, because without podium.
Do you have the laugh?
I don't.
Anything.
Are we now using the lav?
It sounds like some people are.
I brought. I
What if we
didn't.
put one of these tables out in front of her? at
Wouldn't
least?
matter. She's. That's why I looked in there to see anything high enough.
Kenny, why are you using a lav?
Because I'm just gonna throw it on her.
Oh, okay.
Rather than, because if everyone starts using stick mics, how many people can we get up there?
I'll just have him put it in her face.
Unless the reporters want to take a knee and.
All right, who does need, does anybody still need a press release? Okay. And who, can I just, let's get a, who's here?
If I have to go off the shoulder, I'll work around you. If you just put it.
I can kneel down. It's fine.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Third floor. Third floor. Right. Backpack one's up and running.
All right, so just quick, who do we have here? We got.
Spectrum.
Yeah, that's us.
Spectrum.
Spectrum.
10, 10, 6, 13.
WIMC. All right, and then we've got the Times Union and the Gazette, right? Yep. Great. Okay. All right, I'm just going to get the president. We are doing 15 minutes. The president needs to meet with faculty.
I'm just gonna see how close she gets, and then I'll tell her.
Exactly. Thank you.
What you doing next?
Wait there early.
President.
It's a long
To kneel down, yeah. Fuck yeah, it is. Good.
That's about something to clip onto.
There's a mic.
This is the music room, right?
Yeah, there's like a little
Music stand.
note sheet. Yeah.
I get, there's a music stand right there.
That's what I was
Raise it up
talking
and
about.
flip it
That's
up.
what I was talking about.
Yeah.
We can grab that, maybe. I like it.
Have that thing ready. 'Cause
There you go.
perfect.
Turn it right.
Turn it the other way. Honest.
Can you grab that stick, Mike? Just go up it more.
This is your podium. I knew you'd find a way.
A little bit more organization. Do you need a stand, Mike?
I think be okay.
You want this, Tom? Okay. Will this work? Yeah, move to the left. Everything looks good. When you guys are ready, I'm ready.
I'm set.
Me too.
Yeah, don't let me cry. I'm just so mad. That's why I'm not crying. I'm furious. And I'll just make that clear. You know, the announcement that we've made today, one that we did not know we were going to be making yesterday until the board made a decision, is excruciating. Even to talk about the closure of the College of St. Rose is so painful and devastating to all of us. And the only reason that I'm not a wreck and in tears is I am so angry at the fact that our students, our faculty, our employees, the parents of our students, had to hear this news in the press rather than from us today, which is the time we had put aside to do a personal message to them and have a conversation. That's the way we do it at St. Rose. But to continue with that thought, I want to make it crystal clear that there was never a request for a bailout. And the request was not for immediate financial support. The request was for bridge funding so that the College of St. Rose could continue conversations with a partner, another partner of higher education, so that we could not only continue programs here, but continue programs that are providing the professional workforce that's in crisis mode in New York State, meaning nursing and teachers and social work and law enforcement. So when you close the College of St. Rose, you close that pipeline. We're not like any other small private college that provides a service. We're a private college that provides the public good. And that was the reason we were looking for support to continue that road forward. Financially, we are not able to continue 2024-25, but I will tell you, I always believe God always has a plan. It may not be the plan you expect, but she does have a plan. So I think the important thing to recognize right now is that we're going to be giving our students, our faculty, our staff, all the support that we can to get them through this transition, through the rest of the academic year, and be very clear that we will have a teach-out plan that will be able to suit the needs of our students so they'll continue on with their course study in other institutions of higher education so they can meet their goals and fulfill their dreams.
Marcia, students who now are forced to find a new school to go to are telling me they wish they had more notice. Would it have been possible for the school to give them more advance notice than what they're getting?
There couldn't have been an opportunity to give them advance notice because the decision to close was only made yesterday. I will share with you that over the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, we had hired national consultants for financial, legal, and enrollment management. They recommended a number of higher educational institutions that we should be having communication with to see if we could find a partner to move forward. And I've been working on that for the last year and a half. Unfortunately, at this point, there was not a partnership that was able to allow us to either merge or affiliate at this point so that we could continue on.
So are there any teach-out agreements in place at this point with other institutions?
There will be. You can't have a teach-out agreement until you make a decision that you're going to close. We have prepared the outline for teach-out program. We'll have calls and begin that work today. It's a requirement by New York State Education Department, Middle States. It's also something that we know that is very important to our students, and it'll give them the best pathway forward.
You mentioned declining enrollment and some of the factors that the board was considering. Are you able to go a little more into depth about that, about what are all the pieces that kind of led to this vote happening and this decision being made?
Well, I think they're the same factors that every college and university is facing now. And actually, there were two things that were monumental that really we couldn't overcome, nor have the ability to be effective in overcoming them, and that was the fact, the prolonged length of COVID and the effect on enrollment here. What happened during COVID, 1.4 million students left education and they never came back. In addition to that, we are part of this demographic cliff that has been reported maybe 15 years ago. It's the Northeast, it's the Midwest, and the number of high school age students to graduate to go on to college is diminishing, will continue to diminish to 2037. So it isn't just the College of St. Rose. Every college in this area, every college in New York State is having this issue that they have to deal with one way or the other. The difference is, if you have a large enrollment, you have that safety net. If you have a large endowment, you have the funding to really continue to move on. But having a very small endowment, as we did, we just got to the point where financially we're not able to continue.
Can you elaborate on this distinction you're drawing between bridge funding and a bailout? And what was the total amount of money that you were looking for?
It's day and night. There is a bridge funding and bailout are two different things. If you ask me what I would think you would be asking for in a bailout, I would think you'd say, okay, well, we're going to give you funding to get through this year. Hopefully you can, and then you can get on to the next. The request was to give us a period of time, we can call it runway, so that we are able to continue conversations with a partner, that we would be able to do a merger acquisition or something by the end of that year. It takes a very long time for a process when you find a partner that you want to continue on, become a merger partner. It takes a lot of approvals from New York State, from Middle States, the New York State Education Department, and during the same time you have to determine what programs are going to fit, where is the property going to be. There are a lot of conversations that have to take place. So we were looking for time to work through the process so we could get to the point where we would have a College of St. Rose or another entity, a transition, that we would be able to continue our educational mission. And I want to say one more thing. Today, and through this whole period, it's never been about the buildings or the property. It's about the students. So all the questions about how much property did you sell, which were also incorrect. We sold 8 buildings, one is about to close. It wasn't 3. And those were properties that if you were in your best financial position, you'd be selling them because they take up finances from maintaining them and they weren't in use in any way, shape, or form. So it's all about the students today. And that's what we're focused on. We're focused on the parents. We're focused on the faculty. We're focused on the staff. This is not like any other college. This is a college, and we have a number of people here that have graduated from here, that you have the personal connection with not only your faculty, your staff, the people, the maintenance people that are walking on campus. They give these students support, the support that they never maybe would have had anyplace else. And the thing that's very disturbing is that when a college closes, and a college like ours, that you have to remember, 40% of our students are Pell eligible, 40% identify of color. And when some of those students leave a college, they never go back. So this community isn't just losing a few students, they're losing also the economic support in this neighborhood. They're losing the fact that you may have 79 buildings that are going to be shuttered. The impact that we have on New York State, again, we graduate and provide the certificates of education more than any other college in New York State. We're #1 in producing teachers. We also, 25% of the school principals in New York City are St. Rose graduates. So what the state needs the most, and as you recognize that after COVID, you need a workforce that's going to help this community. By shutting down St. Rose, where is that workforce going to come from? That's why we were working so hard to continue to find a partner so our programs could continue on.
You
But
can
then-
speak to the regularity of the next semester. Will athletics and classes, extracurriculars, things like that be as normal for students in the last semester of operation?
There will be nothing normal for students after they hear this remark or this speech. How can anybody feel like it's going to be normal? They will be concerned, they will be upset, but the thing that's different about St. Rose, they will have our support. And we will give them all the information they need. We will be speaking to their parents. We'll help them find that tradition to go forward. And you know, that's part of what the St. Rose heritage. It's the courage to believe and to have faith that in the end you'll find the solution.
What's the-
President White, you've
what's
been
the
very
time?
forthcoming with information regarding the financial issues you guys have been having for years. I've talked to students, I've talked to local leaders who say the same, that they've been aware of this. However, they still expressed that they were a little bit surprised. You know, one local official even said that they were aware of this issue, but they weren't aware of the magnitude of the problem. And a lot of people seem like they feel that this is kind of sudden here. What do you say to the folks that feel like they might have been a little misled here?
Nobody was misled. And quite frankly, all the articles that you wrote, it was very clear that we were in trouble. So thank you for letting the community know, number one. Number two, it was more the situation where we had plans to move forward. We had a plan in place. If we had been able to find a merger partner, we would be able to transition over a period of time and it would become St. Rose in a different entity. So we had plans and we were working on it internally. And when you're working with other institutions, you sign NDAs, so I couldn't go out there and say, hey, by the way, I'm speaking with this college or university. It takes a lot of time. There are a lot of legal obligations, and clearly people knew that we were challenged and we knew we were in trouble. And I'm just hoping people will continue to recognize that they need to continue to support St. Rose at this time.
President,
Marcia,
if you
have a
say that
history here that spans beyond your time as president, how difficult, on a personal level, has this been the last couple of days for you?
It's been very difficult, but I think the difference is that we have built an incredibly close, strong relationship with students, with faculty, especially faculty. Faculty joined us when we had to cut. We cut $9 million in academic administrative costs, then $6 million in academic programs. We did that with the faculty. If you want to talk about anybody, you need to tell everyone about how strong this faculty is, how committed they've been. When you're in a situation like this, and there's always fear of the unknown, sometimes you just decide, I'm going to go someplace else. It's easier. I could have gone someplace else. It's easier too. But it's different when you have your heart in a college like the College of St. Rose, because what you get here is beyond anything. This is probably, of my 5 careers, this clearly has to be probably the most rewarding of my life.
President, you say that we wrote the articles about it. Why didn't the students know in September before December 1st? That gives them less time to find a replacement.
Because, as I shared, we did not make a determination way back then that we were closing the college, nor did we think we were going to have to close the college. If there was a way to let individuals know, but as I said, when you're doing a merger or you're finding other paths to find a partnership or financial support, that's something that really is challenging to communicate.
What got in the way for some of those other?
Guys, everybody.
What got in the way for some of those other institutions of partnering?
We signed NDAs, so quite frankly, that's information that can't be shared.
Was
Please.
All right,
that on the
Marcy,
property of
President,
property
we have
How much
to
owner?
get
money
back
were
to
you
the meeting.
seeking?
Thanks so much. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate your presence here.
Thanks for your help.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks,
Do you
everybody.
know, Lisa, how much money your school was seeking?
I don't off the top of my head. There is one 2030 though. The spring semester will continue as usual. The spring sports will continue as scheduled, and all extracurricular activities.
So athletics, everything, there's no changes?
No changes for the spring 2024 semester.